Hello there. Still prepping up the stream. You know the drill. Oh. Man, it's cold in my office. Woo, I got the chills. Curse you, weather. It's fine. We have the technology. I can put on the code. Oh. Alright, guys, you kind of know what's going on. I'm making sure that the audio levels for my mic are good. Probably competing with the music right now. Don't worry too much about that. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, Texan, you too, huh? We also had some power shortages nearby us as well. I know that Texas in particular got hit pretty hard, but yeah. Whew. My parents were out only like 52 minutes or something like that. It wasn't too bad. I've heard some pretty terrible stories down there. I hope that you didn't lose too much food and everybody was safe and warm. Okay guys, I have basically everything prepared except for one thing. So I'm going to like just hang out with you all while we're tidying up some loose ends to get things going. But I'm looking forward to sharing some nice details with you. A couple things that haven't been made public I will be poking on just a little bit. Nothing too crazy yet. This is going to be a calm week, all right? With this large update we have. Calm update this week. Let's make sure that everything's working as intended and cycle this bad boy over. Oh my gosh, it jumped immediately. You know that's a good sign, especially when the light changes like this. Oh gosh, woo! Everything's great, everything's working as intended. Beautiful. Guys, I am so delighted to see you today. Oh, what an exciting day. So we are gonna be talking about EVERSPACE 2 early access and steps forward. We actually dropped a very detailed roadmap yesterday night if you were from America, or early morning if you were in Germany. and all the times. Respective of that, I'm not going to go through every single country, but you get it. And we have really outlined what our plan of attack is for you all. So that way, you know where our direction's going, like what our focus is in on, and also might help you provide according feedback in order to capitalize on those situations. Oh my gosh, I haven't even introduced myself for anybody new to the stream. I am so sorry, my apologies. My name is Eric Schrader. I'm the community ambassador for Rockfish Games. I live to serve you. That is my goal. That is my purpose of existence, okay? So during the course of these streams, I'll be dropping all the knowledge that I possibly can pertaining to what's been out, what's been said, and then I also scoot as close as that line of NDA as I possibly can to really deliver. And then beyond that, we'll do some gameplay of EVERSPACE 2, and then cover all the other things. That's really what it comes down to. So it should be a lot of fun. It should be pretty good. Now I have the game already open, but I think it might serve to do better if we jump into the actual update itself first, the Kickstarter update. So music's gonna cut right here. I was trying to see if I could actually add music into the background while we cover all of these patch notes and details. Patch notes, not patch notes. The actual Kickstarter update itself, because there's a lot, and I don't want it to like get boring, right? At the same time, it might not be so bad if all you can hear is my voice, and that way there's no distractions and whatnot. So I'm gonna jump over here, and this is on the web. You can actually get here by going to Kickstarter, searching for EVERSPACE 2. This is our latest update number 27. If you guys haven't seen this yet, I'm gonna be skimming through it, and then we are gonna be cracking open the EVERSPACE 2 early access build with a couple of new things to show. Cool. All right. So what have we been talking about? What's been going on behind the scenes? So as you can see from the title, we got a roadmap that we knocked out. A lot of you fine folks have been asking for a roadmap, and I said it's gonna come soon. It's gonna come soon. I promised it was gonna come soon, and dang it, you know what? It showed up. Don't say that I'm not a man of my word, okay? Excellent. We have new ship classes that we want to talk about briefly. We've got new missions. We've got space critters, which you already saw a sample of that because I snuck it to you. You're welcome. So let's just kind of cover over some of these details. Talking about the first patch has done a very good job. We've gotten a tremendous number of Steam reviews. So thank you all who took the time in order to write a review of our early access title, and whatever comments that you had, it's very much appreciated. We're sitting at 92% positive, sales beyond expectations. So it's been really healthy. It's been really good. And that goodness is not just for me to consume and be like, haha, we're doing it. This is also for you, because this means that we have a very active community space working in tandem here. This means that your feedback is working. This means that your voice is heard, and we can actually do stuff with that. That's freaking awesome, guys. That should absolutely get you hyped up. So I'm really looking forward to this and seeing how we progress things together through development. All right, so let's talk about this roadmap, yeah? Like that's, a lot of people have been asking for this. Let's crack this bad boy open. So we got 2 new ship classes. 2, not just 1, but 2. 2 new ship classes coming to you all the way out in April. I say all the way out like that's a really long time from now. It's like 2 months. That's it. Oh my gosh. So this first one, it is called the Vanguard. This is a light ship. It's super fast. In fact, it is the fastest player ship that will be available to you. This thing is all about dat speed and maneuverability. Might even make the Scout look slow. Oh my gosh. My love and joy, the Scout, this guy is usurping him from his throne of speed glory. Yeah, actually, very much so. The Vanguard is not messing around. If you like speed and you like spinning circles around your foes and laughing as they can't hit you ever, this is gonna be your absolute favorite ship forever. I'm just telling you straight up. Yeah, okay, that's boom. There's gonna be more to talk about with this bad boy when there's more to show. Then we also have the counterpoint of it. You know, you like speed, you like the thrill of just flying as fast as you can go. awesome. If you don't care about that at all and you just want to just savage your opponents with the barrage of armaments and artillery, look no further than the bomber, ladies and gentlemen. This thing packs a wallop. In some cases, it makes the gunship look like a chump. Oh my goodness. This guy, whew. So in addition to the standard approach of a heavy being, you know, it's slow and it's armored and, you know, it has lots of weapons, this guy's entire focus is on those secondaries. Everything's gonna get super powered, supercharged, so you're gonna be optimizing a lot of those utilities. Not to say that your primaries still won't pack a punch, because they will, but man, you're basically a flying turret in this bad boy. Oh my gosh. So definitely the style of ship, if you are a, well, it's even quoted here, shoot first, ask questions later. If that's the way that you operate, this is gonna be your bread and butter right here. Who needs speed when there's nothing that can shoot at you, right? Oh goodness. Woo! Water is delicious, by the way. All right, so we're gonna keep going down here. So, we didn't plan to do more to the main storyline, something that's mentioned in here. And we've seen a mixed reviews pertaining to the like how much content for the storyline is. Now, I do want to explain this very briefly before we keep going. Like, the story, we don't want to just like reveal it all before the full release. That would kind of be lame, because then it's like the 1.0 release. What's going to be the expectation of that aside from, you know, a story? Is it going to be like all of the content unlocked? Because we're building up to all of that, but we don't want to spoil it all, right? So we're still over a year out from full release, right? So keep in mind, just keep that in mind as we continue to deliver more content that you can explore, that you can engage with. As far as the main story missions, we did decide that we're gonna push in some more for you. So that will actually be something that you see in April. And we're not getting crazy with it, but it's gonna keep opening up the door. You're gonna be learning about new characters, you're gonna be exploring new companions, you're gonna be getting all of that stuff. And we're just gonna be careful with how we deliver that so that you're still having that full release feel at 1.0 versus the early access buildup. Okay, so, Michael says some stuff, you know, blah, 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 whatever. It's Michael, who cares what he says? I am just kidding, holy cow, calm down. Seriously though, if you guys haven't read the Kickstarter, you absolutely need to get on this. He says some really cool stuff pertaining to his own personal experience in playing our game. You know, sometimes we have to take a step back and experience it for ourselves, and that's just what he does here, and he shares his thoughts pertaining to his gameplay and what he envisions is coming to the future. So definitely crack in on that. It's a really good little read. Aside from that, Puppet Works, we made that public about the talented folks who are helping us with all these cutscenes. A lot of that is continuing getting polished. Oh my gosh, it's delightful. We're having a lot of fun there. And fully expect, as we're moving into April, to have text-to-speech come back, because we are working on more voice work, all of that type of stuff that you can fully expect. And we don't want to get too revealed with the content, so text-to-speech is going to come in to be that placeholder while we're working out those kinks and details. All right, so this is a super important part of this early access, and I just want to read this straight up verbatim so that you guys know what our vision is, what our mindset is as we're approaching this early access with you and for you, okay? This is very important. So, reading this verbatim. We also received a ton of questions about what's coming and when. We love your excitement, yet we also want to manage expectations. This is very important to us. Adding new content and features to a complex open world action RPG with Spaceship is no joke for an indie dev team of 25, and we already feel the pressure. We're already feeling it, and that's okay. It's good pressure to have because you bet your bottoms that we're doing everything in our power to bring it to life, and we're gonna hit every single one of those promises. I guarantee you of that. Even though we just launched in early access, some media outlets are touting EVERSPACE 2 as Rogue Squadron meets Diablo and the Witcher of space shooters, and nailing those freelancer vibes so far, and praising as Descent and Privateer had a baby. Oh my gosh, those are some headlines. They are popping and they make us smile, but as an indie studio, we also don't want an overblown sense of hype around our game, okay? So let's, just take a big deep breath there, all right? Because we will aim to make EVERSPACE 2 stand out as its own. We're not going for a Witcher clone, a Descent clone, a Privateer clone, a Freelancer clone. Yes, I said that. We're not going for a Freelancer clone. I will say that 50 more times if I need to. We're not going for a Diablo clone. We're not going for a Rogue Squadron clone. Like, EVERSPACE 2 is very much its own entity. Yes, we've taken inspiration from certain numbers of these games. In fact, we've taken inspiration from a lot more games than you've seen here. But again, we want to make sure that you guys have a firm understanding that we love this hype, but also realize and understand we have a very specific vision of what EVERSPACE 2 is going to be wrapped up and delivered as. And just hang on to that with us. So to manage expectations about some of these updates coming, we have already talked about Union as kind of this hub world, right? So let's put a little bit more emphasis on that. It's going to be the largest of our star systems. So it's not done. So you can go to Union right now, obviously, but it is not done. There's gonna be a lot more locations showing up there, a lot more to do. Holy cow. There's gonna be new things that I can't talk on yet. But yeah, so in comparison to Union, right? We are going to see other systems being added, but they will be smaller. In some cases, substantially so. So please keep that in mind. It's not like this system that we're going to launch upcoming, the Zarkov system, is going to be bigger and better, and then the next system after that is going to be even bigger and better, and the next one after that, it's basically an open world within an open world. Like, that's, woo, all right. Expectations tempered? Are we good? Does that make sense? So the main focus here is that we want each of those systems to have its own unique look and feel. Unique look and feel, as well as specific opportunities where you're going, and even specific enemy types, and maybe even factions, and other things. All right, we're talking like each one independently feels like its own experience, right? That's what we really want to aim for. So it's not necessarily each one's going to be bigger and better than the last. It's going to be different. It's going to be unique. So here, this is a screenshot from the, not screenshot, concept art. Big freaking difference of the Zarkov system. You see a very vibrant star in the background with planets and swirled by space smoke. Somehow it makes sense, don't worry. Does it look cool? That's what we're going for. And it's gonna be where Grady and Brunt is mostly operating out of the DMZ. And so we're gonna see everything that they do that's incredible and super downright dirty. It's gonna be a mixture of all things. So it should be nice, should be fun. Now for the official roadmap itself. I'm not reading this verbatim. There's gonna be a lot. If you do want to see this, just hop on over to Kickstarter. It's a very long look, see, it's got all this length to it. So all of the things that we've ironed out 3 big update points, all right? April, summer, and fall. These are not the only big update points. Obviously, we're working into 2022, so there is in fact more coming soon. But this kind of gives you a really solid roundabout understanding of where our direction is going and how we are going to be delivering this content for you guys. So we've got new fighters that are coming. We've already talked about them, in fact. New main side missions. We've got mini challenges, stuff like that. A new companion, and then of course, through development of obviously we're doing game balancing. This is actually something that is focused around the level progression system as well. I did notice there was actually a conversation on the forum specifically that was asking about a level increase because we're stuck at level 14 right now. Stuck. I use that term. It's a bad term to use, but I'm gonna stick to it. And you'll see that we do not raise the level here in this April update. This is very, very intentional, okay? The emphasis is on these ships and missions and companion and the game balance overall. We're not ready to increase that level gap because the leveling progression elements aren't actually an emphasis on what we're working on. So if we did increase the level, it would literally be just like the illusion of difficulty. It's just the increase of static numbers behind the scenes. It's not actually gonna do anything and bear any fruit towards how it offers a unique gameplay experience pertaining to your level. Like, it legitimately won't. And currently, you can level way too freaking fast in the early access. So if you felt like you got to level 14 so quickly and you're like, man, the max level is going to be 30, I'm basically halfway there, this seems so imbalanced. Yeah, you're right, it is. So we're taking a step back from that leveling though for now, putting emphasis on these elements, and then after we have that April drop with a lot of new content to experience, then we're going into an entirely new system. We're going into all new missions again, new side missions, another companion, and that's where we're going to hit an increased level cap where we're going to have meaningful elements to why your level has been increased at that point in the game. Okay? Is everybody with me? I'm talking a lot. I'm like not even paying attention to chat. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Let me zoom back in the chat really quick. There's so much to cover and I'm so excited about it. Let me make sure that you're all on the same page here. You're looking good. I'm seeing some thumbs up. That's good. That's great. Okay, some good discussions back and forth within. Okay, awesome. Okay, good. Not stuck, capped. Good point. I chose the wrong words, fully admitting that. That's all good. All right, cool. All right, so then after Zarkov, that's summer, okay? Targeted summer, okay? Then in the fall comes after summer. Woo, man, I'm so glad I passed elementary school. And then we have yet another freaking location, okay? So we'll have System 4. I want to pronounce this correctly and I'm gonna butcher it so bad. So I'm gonna say the Kate Nebula. Somebody's looking out there going, this guy doesn't know how to pronounce the words in the own game? In his own game! Dude, okay, look. I told you that I passed elementary, okay? We're not gonna talk about how much further we went from there. Woo! But I digress. Another system. And also, this each time we come out with systems, I kind of skimmed over this. It says in here, there's a secret. It says new enemy types, new creatures, and natural phenomena. And then here it says that same thing. Almost as if the enemy types, the creatures, and the phenomena are bound to that specific system. All right, good to keep in mind. Then we have the light fighter and the heavy fighter, which we've already given the names in a previous time. So some of you might know what those names previously were, but maybe they've been changed. Maybe they've completely been altered to an extreme. Or maybe they're exactly what you think they are. Who knows? We'll find out in the future. But we'll also have all of these additional things right at the end of fall or beginning of fall, sometime during the fall. And the big thing here is that we have fast travel implementation there. So when we get to System 4, that's when you're going to start seeing the mechanics used to help get you around. I know a lot of you have already been making statements pertaining to a fast traveling system, even with just 2 systems. So we'll see how things pan out. It's possible this might get pushed up a little bit. We'll see. But just know that obviously this is in the works. We have every intent to make sure that you can get to where you want to go and not be stopped by any sort of conundrums in that field. All right. And then more coming soon. What's coming after this? So just for anybody who's missed the other previous announcements, any of our unofficial roadmap, right? Let's just cut to that really quick so I can address it. Hang on a second. I'm gonna awkwardly go back to the game screen because I didn't prepare this part. This is actually on the fly. I just wanted to cover these elements as well, just very briefly. And you can actually find this stuff. I updated our Discord frequently asked questions. Oh my gosh. So we are going to just very briefly, I'm just gonna read these off. We have 8 star systems planned for 1.0, okay? There's gonna be more ship and customization. Max level is going to be 30. At least that's the plan. We have a lot more items and resources, one of which I'm going to be showing you today. That does also include legendaries, okay? So like when we have those plans, it's going to be a lot more of that material. Then we have a total of 6 perk upgrade options, which is going to be out of a range of 18. 3 times 6 is 18. Yes, correct. That's planned for 1.0. 6 companions in total. More situational commentary between Adam and Hive. Hive's in the game? Is that a spoiler? Can we tell them that Hive's... we have different outlaw factions with different tech in the works, better trading opportunities, price tracking, trade routes. You guys have heard me talking about trading and mining quite a lot. This is definitely in the works. It is definitely coming sooner than later. Quest inventory, codex, game difficulty setting where you choose how hard you want the enemies to hit you. Oh my goodness. Worthwhile in-game content and activities, emphasis on worthwhile, achievements, UI, and text language support for a bunch of them, and then Mac and Linux support. So that's a really big coverage of lots of different things. Thanks for bearing with me as you're awkwardly looking at a game that's not doing anything. So there's a lot more. There's a lot more coming soon after all of these elements in the works. So now you know the roadmap. Now you're in our minds. You have bonded to us. We are one, right? So when you go to the forums, you're not going to suggest anything really dumb anymore, right? That's how it works. Oh my gosh. I will say, you guys have been incredible on the forums. There have been so many of you have poured your hearts and minds out for others who need a little bit of redirection. Seriously, I love it all. You guys are great. We are continuing to try and make sure that it is the safest place possible to ask dangerous questions pertaining to EVERSPACE 2. So keep at it, and we will do what we can. All right. Last little tidbits down here. Space critters. Oh, look, there's a video of me showing space critters. This is kind of meta. Woo. But anyway, yeah, that's a little space critter. Get out of here, more videos. All right, so that little guy, he's super tiny, but he's gonna be showing up sooner than later as well. So much sooner than later. Oh my gosh. And then there's a stream today as of right now. Cool. So that's the big old update. There's a lot of stuff in it. Again, I didn't read it all. I just wanted to really put a lot of emphasis in a lot of those elements so you guys know what's up. You can find that at our Kickstarter page. So you just search for EVERSPACE 2 Kickstarter and boom, it'll be delightful. Okay, so now from here, I'm gonna go ahead and dive in right where we left off, like literally right where we left off from last week's stream. I believe we had a striker and we were blowing up a base. Yes, okay. Yeah, okay, so we're at Cedo Ghost Hunt, and we are gonna be cruising through here. Some of you might be thinking, oh, well, what's the course of action now? Is he playing entirely new content? Is he going to System 3? Is he going to Zarkov? Whoa, calm down, whoa. There will be a little bit of new stuff shown in the stream, provided we can find it. But if we don't, I'll just spawn it in. I don't even care, whatever. And we'll keep progressing the story here. And it's an opportunity for you guys to start asking your questions so that we can start getting them answered. Oh my goodness. Bloodstar asks, there's a stream on where? I forget, I'm not sure. Look around, Google it. It'll be fine. All right, let's see. Do I have any questions yet? What mission types we get? So when we talk about mission types, there's like different tiers of missions, right? Even looking at it from here, we already have two different missions. We have main missions, which are fairly obvious. Those are going to be cataloged, very linearized missions to progress the story of the Adam clone further throughout his adventure. Then we have side missions, which are the ones that you can take on at your leisure, should you desire it or not, depending on how you feel at that time. Then we also have locational missions, which we haven't been to any, so I can show one of those. So like this would be a locational mission. And when you go there, you'll have an objective to complete in that space. In addition to that, there's also jobs that you can take on to increase your reputation. So those are also kind of like a type of mission, but a very quick one, right? But those aid in your reputation. And then beyond that, we have mini missions, which are kind of like the side quests that aren't tracked. So there's a lot of different missions that are in the works. At the end of the day, because it's open world, we want to make sure that you can kind of pick and choose how you want to develop things further. And that's why there's so many different, there's so much variety to those missions in the first place, right? So cool. Excellent. What are the purple map markings? Those mean these are higher level locations than what we currently are at. They are too difficult for us to take on, or rather, they're just higher level. So if we go there, we're gonna face stronger enemies. We'll get better loot, but we might not be able to use it just yet. So it could prove advantageous or completely the opposite. So let's go ahead and clear out this outpost and continue the story. For those who haven't been a part of the stream and don't know where we are at, basically we are searching for this hive unit that's at this crashed site at a Cedo ghost site, and we are trying to discover where that's located at. Okay.
Reached a base. Any clues I should look out for?
If it's a beanie, it should have some dome-like structure attached to it. But even then, you'll need to blow the whole thing up to be certain.
It's an outlaw base, all right, but I don't see a dome. Must be one of the duds.
Duds. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and keep ourselves a little bit simple here, using our thermogun to really lock this guy down. Man, his armor just destroyed our thermogun usage though. Now let's just use our flat cannon because it feels good. Oh yeah. Oh, corrosion. That's probably not the healthiest thing to have. Woo! Taking a bit more damage than I would like. Wow, 2 Cedo signal decoders. That feels good. Now, let's see if we can, let's see. Ah! Not a valid target. Alright, that's fine. Cool. So as you saw in the upper left, there's also a location challenge here. Whenever you complete a location challenge, just to make it a little bit more apparent, at the bottom it says we've got an Eterna bypass. Okay? You collect Eterna bypasses from completing location challenges. So if you look at the map right here, you'll see there's a green check mark. That means the deed is done. We've got our reward. For those of you who are still seeking out the Eterna bypass, if any little location has like a dot inside of it, not like this is too big. This is a big dot. If there's a little dot inside of it, that means you have not found the Eterna bypass because you have to complete the location mission. Okay? Wouldn't it be dope if there was an efficient rapid marksman cluster flak? Oh my gosh. Woo! Look, I love breaking games. Don't get me wrong, but dang. That would basically outdo any other weapon. That might be a problem. Oh, this is an interesting question from Loud Paperclips. So he asks, what would you say is the largest backpedal in your plans you are making? That is such a particular question. That is such a particular question. I know that like for the timed delivery of certain updates, we were a little weary about getting player ships out. We were weary about bringing new enemy types to fruition. We were having issues with, well, even currently we've got a couple issues with some integrated systems already that are going to be seeing a little bit of a redesign. And, you know, sometimes it can feel really frustrating sometimes when you have to look at a system you've already implemented and say, that's not working, we have to change it. Because that means now you have to spend like a week or two in adjusting content that's already there to make it work, right? As opposed to add in new content, right? Because we want to keep adding, we want to keep delivering, we want to keep building that up. And, you know, it's hard to get specific because the content still isn't delivered yet. So, but there's certain elements that have held, like it's felt like it's held us back in moving forward. But in actuality, what it comes down to, and any game dev player, any developer, that's what I'm trying to say. Any developer will tell you it is necessary to take those steps backward in order to move forward. Because if you have a system that just works but doesn't actually add meaningful content to your game, and you don't do anything about it, the more you stack on top of that, the harder it is going to be to adjust and change that to where it's actually effective. So we're taking those necessary steps now. And again, it feels like we're hindered, it feels like we're slowed down, but in fact, it's the most important elements for us to be working on. So it's kind of a backpedal, if you will, but it's integral to the process. Rockfish Games is a game dev player, right? I guess that's accurate. Okay, that's fair. I guess that's fair. So, I wish I could get more specific. Maybe we could talk about more specific elements, allowed paperclips, in the future when you've seen more. Because that'd be fun to break down and talk about further. All right, here's another question. We see, you previously said that areas are not fixed level, but a relatively easier, harder, lower, higher than player. Is that still true? So will there be areas not scaling with the player at all? So it's a little tricky to get into that discussion because this isn't a strong representation of all the opportunities you have in an in-game state, which is where we would really need to compare that to, right? But in short, you can actually see that since we leveled up, now these locations are no longer purple, so we're kind of like stabilizing in the pseudo system, right? We have lower level locations, and then we have higher level locations in the pseudo system, but when we reach a certain point, it's all lower level than us, right? That's very different and compared to Zarkov. If we somehow were able to get to Zarkov right now, and I don't think there would be in the beginning state of the game, then you would be experiencing some very hard times in Zarkov. But it will be balanced out as you're going through the story, unlocking that location, and there's going to be some degree of level scaling so that it doesn't get out of hand. We don't want you to be level 10 and run across a level 50 enemy, for example. But we will have locations that very much will challenge you versus locations that are going to be a lot easier to manage and provide a more casual, explorative experience at your leisure. So that's a good question. And hopefully that clarifies that as we keep moving forward. Okay. Wait, Michael said something? Did I miss something? Oh, I see. I got it. Yeah, it sounds like Michael could make an appearance on a future stream to answer questions. I think I would love that. And I think you would too. Well, some of you would. It depends on who's asking the questions and what they're about. Oh my goodness. All right, so we're gonna pick up some of the scrap nearby. Actually, screw the scrap. We don't need scrap. Scrap's for squares. We'll take this container, plating, done, and let's head on to the next territory. Something else to mention is when you go to these locational reward areas, like the one that I was just at, this outlaw outpost, we have intentionally designed it to where there is one Aeterna bypass, okay? That is very different in comparison to these larger areas like Cedo Outer Rim. There are multiple Aeterna bypasses in locations like these, okay? We can be in Michael's ear and hush him when necessary. No, there's no fun in that. When he starts talking, we sit back and we get our popcorn. That's how it works, Susan. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's move to the next location. Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad that I'm able to answer questions for you. Yeah, and if you have more, for any reason, in particular reason whatsoever, you just let me know. Okay, so I want to show some new content, dang it. I'm excited, I'm itching. Let's see, what do we have for craftables? Oh, we've got garbage. Okay. Here, you know what, we could do something, we could try crafting. Let's just try, one try. Did we get it? We didn't get it, but we'll take this one. All right, we'll accept this. We'll accept this for now. We're gonna try every now and then to get the new EMP missiles, because I want to show you guys those. I teased it last week, such a tease, but I want to show them and then also talk about a very integral system, which we are calling conditions, and how that operates in the game space of EVERSPACE 2. It's very important. Very important.
Let's find something that looks like a base. All right, this one looks promising.
Ooh, look at all these goods. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Also, our equipment kind of sucks, so that needs to change. Actually, I should use the crafting system a little bit more just to get something that's actually good. Okay, let's shoot some mines. Take care of these outlaw scouts at least. And give us enough energy, please. Okay, good enough. Not an ideal weapon in the situation, not gonna lie. So the entire point of having the crafting system is to help build yourself up when the stuff you have is just completely garbage. And these, I wouldn't say these are garbage, but like we have a level 3 railgun. Feels bad. Feels bad. And like level 1 shield here, level 4 energy core, level 1 pulse laser, level 5 high velocity flak. It's not as good as our other level 5 flak, okay. Level 1 marksman cannon, nah. Let's get rid of it. Level 9 sensors, hello. So let's just craft an entirely new weapon at our level. See what we get. What do we got? A Gauss cannon. Very well, I accept. All right, so we're gonna go ahead. Well, that made things a heck of a lot easier. Oh, goodness. That's nice. Oh, yeah. Outlaws, feel the burn, would you? Goodness. That's how you screw RNG. It's like, hey, you're not gonna have good materials and you have to wait. And you're just like, you know what? I want to have a Gauss cannon instead. Oh my gosh. Oh, proto scouts. Okay, we got to be a little careful here. Let's gain some space. Gonna use this defensively. And our thermogun is gonna really help take out these proto scouts. Proto scouts are energy based in most cases, most senses. They have more shields, they do energy damage themselves. So being able to focus in on energy destruction elements is going to really give you the edge in combat against them. Oh my gosh, this Gauss cannon though. Oh, feels so good. See you later. See you later. Oh, we ran out of juice. It's like it's balanced a little bit or something. Oh man. All right. There we go.
It's always come in handy.
Absolutely. All right, let's take out the rest of this base. Woo! How do you get a new blueprint? Oh yeah, sure. Let's talk about that very briefly. I'll show you right now. So in secondary weapons, if we wanted to learn how to craft a homing missile launcher, very specifically, like we could improvise and we'll just get a random secondary. If we want specifically to get a homing missile launcher, we just unlock this. And then it gives us new options like this one. And then we could very specifically craft that new one like this. Oh, hey, EMP missile launcher. Hey! That's fun, that's new, it's exciting. Let's talk about this. So EMP missile launchers will probably be a little bit reminiscent of 2 different missiles from EVERSPACE 1. 2 different missiles? That's right, 2 different missiles in one. Now, as you probably saw, the stats on this thing are actually kind of garbage. I mean, they are. 34 energy damage? That's it? What? What is this nonsensical item? I don't care about this garbage. I would much rather have 200 missiles that do 67 damage. That would be so much cooler, but no. There's only 6 of them. But the big takeaway is, obviously, you know this because you're gamers, it's got a stun duration of 8 seconds. 8 seconds! That's absurd. That just completely takes a guy out of the battle. Yep, it does. Completely takes him out. Get wrecked. Like, I don't even care about this guy anymore. And we can do this to the other guy too. Oh my gosh, look at this. Just completely disabled. Think about the ways that you can use this EMP missile for such a long time, disabling your foe. And you're gonna have one swell time on your hands. Let me tell you what.
I've got this.
One swell time on your hands at all. So, a very important thing that we need to discuss now though, are conditional effects and stacking. This is really, really important. In fact, I'm gonna bring up a cheat sheet so that I can make sure that I say this very, very clearly correct, okay? So, with the EMP missile in its current state, right now, I say its current state in our development build, right? This is why it's not live, because it's broken AF. You can basically chain this into an opponent and they just like infinite stun. Infinite stun. So there's some balance problems with that. So we are actually reviewing a lot of how conditional effects are applied. Conditional effects are ones that last for a duration. So like corrosion is a really easy example. The EMP effect is also an example. So one of the tweaks that we are effectively doing for the next dev build, and will then obviously be out for you guys, is that the targets affected by certain conditions like EMP will receive a 30-second immunity to that effect once the effect ends. So basically what this means is that when you hit your opponent, that stun duration, like you guys said, like, holy cow, 8 seconds, that's a long time. You're right. It is a long time. But when it ends, you can't chain it on the opponent. So you have to capitalize on that 8 seconds of stun, or you're gonna then have to figure out a new way to take out your opponent. And I also want to put emphasis on this. EMP is a conditional effect. This also applies to if you hit them with your EMP generator. So the EMP generator has a 30-second cooldown, so you're not gonna see that effect so much stacked, because it literally can't be, right? But if you had something like a shield, for example, that whenever the shield was reduced to 0% and provided an EMP blast, you now can't stack that on top of each other for basically infinite EMPs, okay? This is how we are developing a state of balance within these conditional effects. Now, I know some of you are already getting a little concerned, like, but that's a fun build. You're right, it is a fun build, and we don't want to kill fun. So we are looking into other ways to increase that synergy effect when you combine certain items and equipment. We just don't feel very comfortable with being able to permanently stun lock your opponents to where you literally take no damage. So this is one of those cases where we want to make sure it's really ironed out. So we're implementing this 30-second immunity element. The emphasis here is that when you use something like an EMP missile launcher, you use something like an EMP effect from anything, really, you now have to capitalize on the effect that it provides. Because if you don't, now you're gonna have to improvise. Okay, woo! Woo! Intentional design balancing. But Eric, it's a single player game. Balance doesn't matter. We're not giving you the super kill death stick at the very start of the game so you never have a challenge in the game. That's not how this works. Balance is necessary in every game, be it single player or otherwise. All right, let's destroy this base. Pew pew! I almost killed myself. Oh my gosh, we're gonna die. Nope, we're okay. Get out of here. It's not unfair. I just made a mistake. Shields down, please. Oh, good. Oh, beautiful. All right. One more scout. Ooh, I saw a coil gun drop. That's another point of conversation. What? Something's new about the coil gun? Yes, actually.
One base down. Could or could not have been a beanbag.
Let's talk about it.
We'll know in a sec.
Oh, that's a railgun? Freaking dang it.
Bullseye. I caught the distractor signal. I can now triangulate its source to the other 2 locations.
Oh man, we have too much stuff. All right, that's fine. We will, actually, I want the speed booster instead. That's fine. Ooh, we'll take the tuned energy core because our current one's broken. Better sensors. We're losing our rarities, but it's okay. Same exact thing, that's fine. Oh, I should have kept that one because it was unmodded. Oh, I'm such a silly. All right, we're gonna get rid of the railgun. No big deal. Just kind of getting rid of lots of things now, just to make room for more. That's all we are doing.
One's here, and the third... Damn, this is not good.
Can't find it or too dangerous?
Let's just say it calls for more advanced planning.
I'll focus on the next one for now and then meet you back in the hangar. We can figure it out from there.
Good call. See you at base.
You want to buy some death sticks? You want to go home and rethink your life? Hey, there's a coil gun! Hey, that's what we needed! Thank you, game. It's like you made a reference. Here you go. All right, perfect.
Don't mess with me.
That's right. Huh. All right, let's pick up this stuff and then talk about the coil gun. All right. Oh, I see some more questions. So let's do that first real quick. The numbers with the resource scanner shield icon at top of the screen. The resource scanner. Oh yeah, so basically that means your range is increasing over time. It's an added effect on the sensor. So when you hover over your sensor, you'll just need to look at that status effect that it's bringing. Yeah, it's a popular one, mostly because we haven't implemented a lot of the more exciting adjustments to the equipment yet. But yeah, it increases your range up to 50% when you're holding still. Let's see. Cool, all right. Couple more things, and then we're gonna just dive right back into this, and we'll talk about the coil gun. Woo. Previous question. Okay, what suggestion from the community has your team most excited at the moment? I'm guessing that would be an ever-changing answer. Oh my gosh, it changes daily. But no, we have some really interesting suggestions that come from you guys, and it's delightful. I mean, you've already seen some of the quality of life improvements, right? Just helping you understand more of what's going on. Actually, let me look at my cheat sheet really quick. Just some things that you guys will know what we've added because of the community. Like, we'll have the max level show a little message whenever you reach it. So just more general tidbits of information whenever something happens. If there's either a break or a specific thing that is happening, we want to inform the player. That general feedback that we get when somebody says, well, why did this happen? That's really good feedback, believe it or not. So doing stuff like that. We are increasing maneuverability with like the webbing effect, for example. There have been a number of individuals who don't exactly like the difference between Everspace 1 and 2 in that regard, where Everspace 1, you still had some flexibility, but in Everspace 2, it's like, you get caught, you get got. Like, there's no wiggle room. I mean, goodness gravy, there's rigged asteroid UI adjustments that we're changing based on how you guys have perceived how rigged asteroids should operate. There's so much. I know that you can't see this list because I would be violating NDA if I showed it to you, but there are a lot of elements on this list that were inspired from you guys, and every time we see something like that, we're just like, oh, that's really good feedback. Thank you, random person. We really appreciate that, and it's healthy, it's good. So it's really hard to pin it down like on a specific suggestion that like shapes and change everything forward, because as you know, we have the overarching vision for the game. It's those little parts that bring it there that really make it shine, and you guys have been bringing some great parts. Oh my gosh, it's wonderful. Oh. Oh! I hope you heard my neck cracking there. I hope I was close enough to the mic because that felt wonderful. Will there be a dot main weapon? Is there not already? I feel like... maybe... I'm fairly certain that we will have that, yes. I'm fairly certain we will have that. We don't technically have like a dedicated weapon. Oh my gosh, has this button been on? Oh, it's fine. But there is an effect, like on here, actually the flak has it. 3% chance to deal corrosion damage with each hit. So there are modifiers that can do that. We don't have a dedicated weapon that does anything like that. But we'll see where we go. I'm level 13 and haven't found a weapon, but I use corrosion a ton. Corrosion's delightful. Get caught, get got. Yeah, Spoot Knight, 100%. That's actually what I tell my children whenever we're playing video games. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Question about the Gauss. Can it be made so Gauss spins down as gradually as it spins up? That would provide a fundamental change on the weapon where we want it to be when you let go, it has to completely start back up again. I get that it might not feel very realistic, but it's intentionally done so that you can, like, if you cycle between weapons and whatnot, you wouldn't be able to like fire super fast with the Gauss cannon, then cycle to another weapon and shoot it, and in just like a split second go back to the Gauss cannon, which is still firing super fast. That would actually, we're starting to then get into some effects to where it's like you're exploiting the weapons, right? So the way we have it to where it's like you stop using it, it immediately cuts. Would you consider mashing weapon types together for some legendary weapons? Oh yeah, sure. We will consider it. A slow firing thermo flak. Oh yeah, I mean, I think that weapon tracking as a whole is a really curious and interesting idea for a number of weapons. So, you know, the thermogun, that's the core root of the weapon, but who's to say that couldn't show up on a legendary item? Or maybe even just a very specific item. Is EVERSPACE 2 going to be an open world game? Yes. Like X series? No. With trading, etc. Yes. So X series, way simulation. Not like X series. We're looking more at kind of like a first-person shooter, but in space, and then you also get sweet loot. Like a Destiny in space, mixed with some Diablo and some freelancer elements. I think I would much more reference those style games. Like everybody wants to go like space sim games to correlate. The only correlation there is that we are actually in space. It's far better to point out like first-person shooter games. That's more of what it's like Gears of War. That's a weird reference, but we're more like Gears of War than we are X series. Like, so keep that in mind. That's a little bit of a stress, but you get the point, right? You get the point. Like far more closely Destiny than like Elite. But with helicopter controls, yeah. Yeah. People are like, why does it move like a helicopter? It's an arcadey spaceship shooter. Very intentionally designed with those controls in mind. Not meant to move in a simulation, even though we do have inertia dampening that you can toggle off, which is fun. It's fun, I admit it. I didn't think it was gonna be that much fun at first. I admit it, it's fun. I have definitely been enjoying the inertia dampener being on. Get up close and personal on this guy so we do extra damage. Oh, nice! Wonderful. Can we shoot the mines to shoot him? Nope, it's fine. Beautiful. All right, so we've extracted, wait, have we extracted everything from this location? No, we have not. See? We have this little dot that says there's still something here. Maybe we should explore around a little bit. I'm trying to remember where the secrets are in this one. I know that there's some mines over here, so maybe we should explore over there. Descent. 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 I've never heard of it. Yes, Descent. Free space. Yeah, so what's kind of funny is that, like, even with EVERSPACE 1, I mean, we're going back a ways, but like in EVERSPACE 1, the gunship update, the hardcore update, it was around that time, those times, we actually had the implementation of the colonial station wrecks, the colonial derelict stations. And there was like a fundamental change to the game when we added those in. Did you guys know this? We went from almost all space. We almost went from all space to having these interior spaces that you have to fly and carefully navigate around, right? And there's these little pockets, little events, if you will, from those colonial derelict stations. And for Michael actually can speak to this, and I hope maybe he makes a little statement on it because I'm calling him out right now. But he loved this edition, and he was like, we need so much more of this. Like, we need to put so much more emphasis on these like intricate, small spaces that you have to work with and navigate around, because now we're not just putting emphasis on your ability to point and shoot, we're putting the ability on the control of your playership. Like how good at you are in dodging and strafing. It's less of a situation of just blasting any way I started blasting. Like now it's a situation of you actually being in control of your vessel. And that very much, you caught us, that's very much inspired by a game like Descent, for sure. And also, so you guys are aware, if you guys haven't heard the news, we absolutely have so many more interior spaces. You've already seen many of them in Union. A lot of the stations with these very intricate locales, like, holy cow, they get pretty crazy. I forgot what I was doing, so we're just gonna keep going. So much stuff to talk about. Oh, I was looking for secrets. Oh, it's fine. It's whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Let's keep going. We're having a good time here. We're having a good time. It's all about fingers. All about finger strength, baby. Woo! Oh, yes. This is one of my favorite locations in Cedo. I just really love the way it looks. Like, just taking a quick pause and just, oh, goodness. I love it. You got like this really smoky atmosphere. Very cosmic feeling. Like everything's dipped into this, it's almost like a space pool. And you can't quite see where everything's at. Oh man, my big dumb face is really messing up this shot. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. I really want you guys to just soak this in. So just check this out for a second. Just look at this space, right? This is one of my favorite locations. So having all of this beautiful goodness to explore, where we have these asteroids just subtly dipped in the finest space chocolate. And as you get closer, it's just, oh man, it just gets eerie. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Now we're in it. What do we look at? Oh, there's something over there. Hidden secrets galore. Now let's get out of it. All right, now we're on the other side. So much to be had. So many secrets to find in this location. Quite a delight. Quite a delight. That was a little harder than I would have liked it to be. Viper? Okay. Let's EMP this guy, so that he doesn't do any more damage to us, and we'll just focus fire him down. Nice. Ooh, a ship color. Black bean. I think it looks more of a mahogany bean, but All right. We have a distractor signal down here, and then we'll also get some of the Eterna bypasses in this area, because there's a couple hidden here.
Don't come any closer.
Too late.
Here we go again.
Oh, Michael dropped a nice little statement. I want to read this. I'll make sure everyone on YouTube also gets the goods. We're gonna read this really quick. So Michael says, this was regarding the derelict stations I was talking about in EVERSPACE 1, okay? So quick trip back in the conversation. Boom, that's the focus. Small interior spaces. Michael says, hands down, when our team added derelict stations to EVERSPACE 1 back in the day, I was freaking out because it added another dimension to the title that I wasn't expecting. So yeah, big fan of having even more derelict stations and all the puzzles in EVERSPACE 2. We want to make sure that there's a lot of nice, intricate, elaborate spaces that will excite you and surprise you, maybe even terrify you. And those are going to be fully explorable for you to dig in, surround yourself with, and extract all of the goods. Did I say terrify you? I guess I did, didn't I? All right, take out the rest of this base.
I'm about to get more company.
Bringing in the cavalry. Ooh, detonator drone? Yeah, all right. Here, wait, can we? Nope, that backfired really bad, okay? I was trying to be cheeky, and instead the game was like, no!
I'm hitting off more than I can chew.
Woo, we're okay, Adam. All right, we need more energy, okay. All right, that should charge it back up. Disabled, nice. Clean kill. Clean kill until we get hit by that dang corrosion missile. Whoopsies. Whoopsies. All right. More boosties or more weapons? I think I would rather have more weapons than shields, honestly, because now we can utilize the gas cannon a little bit more effectively, I feel like. Beautiful. A little bit closer. Good. Excellent.
Two down, one to go. Time
Beautiful.
to head back to base.
All right, so there's lots of loot over here, and I just remembered we picked up this coil gun. I was going to talk about this, and then we got so distracted because there's so much to talk about. It's all good. EMP works on bosses, or are they immune? So, Valigar, we will make sure that there's great care involved when it comes to, I'm going to call it a utility item, such as the EMP missile launcher, and regarding to larger ships. So, as you very likely know and understand, the current ships in the game are not fully balanced out yet. The Outlaw Destroyer, it's actually is pretty impressive feat, believe it or not. Somebody optimized a scout build to utilize the range bonus as well as the ultimate to increase the damage over a certain period of time to one-shot an Outlaw Destroyer. Very, very impressive feat. Now, there's a couple issues with this. The first is that we don't want you to be able to use a little bitty ship to one-shot a massive one, unless you make a very, very specific shot, like towards a weak point, right? But the other thing is that we don't want to give you a tool like an EMP launcher that's just going to allow you to disable this very large, intricate ship for this tremendous time. This is actually one of the reasons why we are implementing that 30-second reach protection, right? So Do EMP launchers work against bosses? Actually, yes. They do. But again, it's only gonna last for 8 seconds, so it will give you that focused time to maybe disable a turret on them, or maybe disable their movement, but it might not disable all aspects of that boss. So you'll need to be careful in your approach and how you utilize the equipment you have, since it will then be down for 30 seconds. So, but we'll have more to talk about on what bosses look like and do, and how you're interacting with them in the future. We don't want them to just be big old meat grinds, but at the same time, we want to make sure that you can't just like easily one-shot them, right? So there's a stark balance that has to occur there that hasn't been done quite yet, and that's even gonna develop even after we make adjustments to it in April. And even after we make adjustments to it in summertime. Like, it's gonna keep getting, there's gonna be an evolution there that happens. That's a big part of game dev. That's just how it works. So, good stuff. Good stuff. That's what you need to take from that. Actually, we're gonna use that instead. So now let's talk about this coil gun, which I've alluded to several times, but haven't shown yet. So the coil gun has received an update. I want to see if you know what the difference is. That's right, we're not done with sound design. We're still adding more, we're still shifting things around. We're still having a lot of fun with it. And you can absolutely bet that with new items especially, you're gonna get some nice, crispy sci-fi goodness coming your way. All right. But we are damaging ourselves because we are too close. Black cannon's not so great to use. There we go. And then we have this energy sphere dispenser here. I think you guys have seen me do this on stream, but if you haven't, hey, guess what? I'm showing you right now. You just need to charge this space after you disable the shields on the left and right. And here we just get a nice little Eterna bypass. Ooh, an accelerated shield XC. Ooh. 20% increased recharge speed if your ship is exposed to sunlight. I will take that. I will take that. Thank you. Oh, I can't equip plating yet because we're not at a station. Oh my goodness. That's actually been a point that we've heard your statements on regarding the ability to change out everything except for the armor. Just know that we're not quite done with how that implementation works just yet. There is still more coming. We're still tweaking how to operate your equipment. When those adjustments inevitably hit, we will have a greater discussion about it. But for now, just know that there are changes coming. Oh, that didn't take him out? Oh no, there we go. Oh, he got control right before he hit that wall. That's unfortunate. Oh. Ooh, a prime zapper. I'll take it. $30 seconds seems like a long time. 29 would be much more reasonable. I think now is a really good time to just tell you all how much I appreciate these streams. I love you so much. and being able to hang out and just be yourselves and have some fun, but then also ask really powerful questions that we can provide clarity on. Like, I love the fact that we are this transparent with you all, and I can see that appreciation stem from you guys. It's such a treat to be a part of this experience with you. So thank you for utilizing these streams and asking your questions and just having a good time. It's delightful. You guys are seriously awesome. All right, let me see if there was any other questions. Will you add the feature to change the color of weapons? Like to change my red beam laser into a green one? That would be pretty dope, wouldn't it? We'll have to see what we can come up with in the future, but what I will say is that on that timeline, that roadmap, or galactic map, I should say, because a roadmap is for cars. Funny comment in the forums. Yeah, we definitely have more customization coming, so keep your eyes peeled. Oh yeah, don't worry too much about like the race start gates and stuff being difficult to find. There are a lot of markers that we still haven't like properly addressed. I think that's the best way of putting it. So yeah, there's still more coming to the UI and how the player picks up on things, and also how the player might lose information on their map and stuff like that. Definitely more in the works there. Man, this track is popping. All right. Here's a good one. Will existing companions see expanded upgrade capabilities, more types, columns, and or more tiers? Or will we only get more companion perks through the 3 that aren't in the game yet? Well, let me tell you what. This guy's not getting any more perks. Oh, too soon? Too soon? Oh gosh. Anyway, no, so we're actually exploring a lot more perk options. Not only to existing companions, but also to new ones. So we want to give you a lot of flexibility in the utility that the game space offers. So yeah, there will be more types and or columns and or tiers, if you will. Definitely in the works. Interested in the future of the super light system? Is there any new functionality to it that you can talk about yet? Nope, I honestly can't. Not yet. I know it's a little bit later on the timeline as well, so we're gonna have to wait a little bit, but I can assure you that we have every intention to make traveling around this game space, all of this game space, as easy as possible for you to do, right? I'm just gonna make this comparison. Look at Breath of the Wild, for example, right? It's like you wanna get from one side of Hyrule to the other. It's as simple as going to your map and clicking on a button. Now, I'm not saying that's what we're doing, because shoot, I actually don't know. But the point is that we want to make sure that you have that range of flexibility, right? If you would have to literally spend 10 minutes of your life flying from this point all the way through all of these systems to get all the way out here, that's a waste of your time and ours. We know that. So we're going to make sure it's a healthy addition, okay? That is the long and the short of it. All right. Did I miss a question on YouTube? Could you pitch the firing sound up depending on how nearly shoots it? Oh, I see what you're saying. All right. We could ask Giho. Why does the enemy health bar stay white as the red goes down? What does it indicate? Basically, it's a feel-good graphic, Vampiro. So if you are connecting multiple shots in a row, it's kind of like a combo to show you how much damage you've done all in one go, right? So the longer that white bar goes, it means you have been hitting and hitting and hitting and hitting. It's like combo. That's basically what that is. And then if the white vanishes and you just have that little sliver of red left, that means you broke your combo, but he still has health and you need to take it down. It can also help provide a nice resource for you to prevent your foes from regenerating their shields too. So you see that white, it tells you they can't start regenerating. Because if that white goes away, now they can. Now that blue can start coming back. Okay, I'm gonna play a little bit because I've been answering a lot of questions. It's been great. I want to get some secrets. So we have a bulletproof container. This one's easy to find. It's floating up here, in between, right here. And look, there's an Eterna bypass and the nano transmitter. Some of you folks been flying around Cedo. You missed this one. I've been watching your streams. I know who you are. That's right. Go back. Grab this bad boy. It's a freebie. It's a super freebie. Look, again, like look at the location where this thing's at. It's above everything else. You can't miss it. You can't. It's not even hidden. Make sure you get that Eterna bypass. Oh man, I really like the adjustments made to this sound. This weapon feels like it's actually doing things. I kind of haven't been too big of a coil gun fan in the past. Just due to the sound alone, oh my gosh, it's kind of embarrassingly true. It's one of those things, you know. Sound design's important, let me tell you what. All right, let's blast some more stuff and maybe find the other Eterna bypass here. There's 3 here? Yeah, there's 3 here. I wasn't even thinking about our outlaw challenge. Can we send you in the direction of that asteroid? Not quite. It's a miss. It's a miss, but it feels good. Good. Man, look at all these Cedo signal decoders. I guess we're gonna do some high-risk locations during the stream as well. I need the game to play combo! Oh my gosh, that would be so annoying. That's like, you got this massive health bar for an enemy, it's like, no, you don't want that. You think you do, it's not good. No. Oh gosh. Things that are more annoying than when my 5-year-old requests to watch Frozen for the 10th time. Woo! Stream's really good. Hey, I'm glad that you're enjoying it. That's great. Bought early access, but don't have time to go deeper in it. Hey, that's no problem. Hey, I'm glad that you're investing into early access because that helps us a ton, actually. Make sure you provide feedback too, because that helps us a tonner. That's right. It really does, seriously. So if you've got thoughts, if you've got ideas, if something's not working the way that you expected it to, jump on over to the Steam forums and spill your thoughts. We might have a little discussion with you. It'll be good. Record that sound clip for the game. No. Let's see. Can I play this game with the NES Power Glove? You know, the funny part about this is that you probably, I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking. You could probably find some third-party software to do it. The challenge at that point though is, does the Power Glove have enough buttons? Anyway. All right, let's get a little less goofy. Let's get a little more serious. I want some battle-hardened questions about EVERSPACE 2 development. I know we talked about that roadmap, for example, right? Like there could be a lot of healthy questions based on those projections alone, okay? I want you guys to get some thoughtful questions here because I really want to help you guys out. Remember, these streams, I'm here to serve you guys. That is the purpose of my person, is to assist and to direct. And I really want to help you guys out. So if you've got a question that either you haven't heard the answer to or like you just need to understand something, you have questions, please This is literally the space to do it. Oh man, I wish I had more EMP missiles now. The other thing about the EMP missiles, obviously, is that they don't come in a very large amount. So while they are very effective, they also, unfortunately, come at that price, that sacrifice for other potentially viable options. I'm just gonna destroy this. All right. Nanobots small, yay! Oh, they're so cute. Okay, now I'm turned around, so I can't remember where the other Eterna is. Shoot. And now it's dark and full of terrors. Where are we? Oh, that looks creepy. Oh, I actually got chills. Just looking at this, like, you're flying in space in this, like, holy cow. Like, what are your thoughts? What would you be thinking if you're just, like, casually flying through this space? Oh. Gives me the creepy vibes. So let's head over here. We're okay, we're okay. Needed to charge it up on the Proto Scout first. Come on, come on. Oh! Should've used my rear view mirror. Beautiful. Ooh, a scattergun? We take those. I'm gonna use the scattergun instead of the flak. And I just dismantled the flak. So somebody's like, oh, the flak? No, that's a really good. No, 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 no! It's gone. No, can't undo that. Scattergun. We have transitioned. Okay, let's head back over to this base. Let's see what we didn't pick up. Atmosphere, yeah, I know, right? Music should be creepier. Oh, don't you worry about that. Don't you worry about that. Oh yay, ship color. I want to get a ship color. Let's start using these Eterna bypasses. Yeah, that would make sense. Destroy this. There's not too much else to really destroy. I'd really like to collect things. Energy charger, okay. We got power cells and a blaster. We haven't used a blaster this stream. That could be fun to use. Big fan of the blaster. That electric sound that it leaves behind. Okay, so I'm gonna try and remember where this other Eterna bypass is, based on memory alone. This may or may not be really awesome. I might find it like first try, or I just completely botch this and everything's terrible.
That's just what I need.
Armored? Oh boy. Armored drone nearby, where are you at? There you are. So I'm letting questions build up. I'm not ignoring you guys. I will be addressing some of those hot questions in just a moment. Feels good. So let's answer some questions. Can you do something about the mouse controls? I know that we've had I suppose a number of individuals who have been asking about mouse control customization. I'm more curious about how you are trying to adjust them. I have never had an issue with the mouse controls once. And I can, one of the things that I can show you right now during the stream is, well, first off, I really like a fast moving mouse. Like, this is just the way that I play. So I can point to where I need to go. And if things are moving and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm getting dizzy, I hate this, just tap Alt. Just tap Alt. What? What? You can just center the mouse by just tap. Yeah, let me do it. Let me show you again. You're just like moving around and you're like moving, you're trying to like, and then you're like, oh, I want to center. Just tap Alt. Just bump it. Centers the crosshair. Boom. So that's, I have not had an issue here. That being said, if you're having an issue, we need to know more. And in order to know more, there needs to be a discussion that starts surrounding your issue and what's going on so that we can investigate and find a solution very specifically. And in order to do that, I highly encourage you to jump over to the Steam forums to deliver what is exactly going on so we can have a very specific discussion with you. As much as I would love to invest the time of the stream to thoroughly go through issues that people are having, you know, issue after issue after issue, that kind of locks in the stream for almost like an IT stream. It's like, well, you know, it's customer service stream where it's like, thank you for calling Rockfish Games. How can I assist you in your issues that you're having? And the main focus here is to answer some hot questions, right? And to show gameplay and have those discussions of what we've been working on. So please excuse my redirects to head to the forums and drop us your issues. But by doing that, I can assure you, we will get back to you and figure out what's going on. If either the situation is on our end and something we can modify or add to the game, or if there's something that can be adjusted from your end. All right? Cool. And also, I'm completely lost now in this location, but there is another Eternal bypass here, and I can't remember where it's at. It's hidden. It's hidden so well. It's so deviously hidden. That's the delight in these locations. You have to explore them. Oh! Wait a second. I found it. I was right on top of it. Feels good. I'm really proud of that. I knew it was in this area. Okay, I'm excited. I know. I want you to be excited too, because this one's hard to find. And now you know where it's at. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Oh goodness, my chair's excited too. I just hit my mic. And I'll drink some tea. Delightful. All right. Unfortunately, my Rockfish mug is in the dishwasher, so I have to rely on Batman right now. All right. Eternal bypass, Annihilator virus. Let's go. All right. Let's see, what else do we got? Also, we're actually gonna be jumping out of this in a couple minutes because I wanna show you guys some of the stuff the community's been doing. Holy freaking crap, you guys are insane. Some really cool stuff. All right, some kind of zoom for sniper weapons. Actually, no. We intentionally have not added zoom for snipers because we want the range to be hard to lock in on. It's kind of been an interesting request to see it show up. There's not really anything that makes us say that it's better to not have it, but there's also not anything that says that it is better to have it. And that's basically why we haven't implemented it. And it also sets a precedent that we aren't necessarily sure about should be in our game. So that's why we've steered clear of that one. So we've just been putting emphasis on other things like the diversification of weapons. So I'm not saying it won't happen, but it's not something we really are putting emphasis on, right? What is the method enemies respawn? If I have cleared an area and return later, will I immediately encounter new enemies? Very likely, Vampiro, very likely. It does depend at the location itself. So for example, if we look at the map here, like these side locations, like this outlaw outpost, you go back here, there will probably be a couple little enemies here and there. You go back to like, I'm gonna call it a main hub location, which are these larger diamonds, right? You go to something like Pseudo Outer Rim, you're gonna see a healthier number, for sure. Or like Alcyone Station, Acleone Station. I still can't pronounce it correctly. Guys, I even practiced this before the stream. I was like, I'm not gonna forget what it's called, and my brain. But yeah, you're going back to these locations, you're going to see a healthier amount of enemies. And also, depending on the events at a location, like if you've completed a locational event or a certain mission, that can also adjust the types of enemies and where they spawn as well. But that might be getting a little ahead of myself, so more on that later. All right. Let's see. Loud paper clips, you've been asking some great questions. I love this. A couple weeks ago, I had confirmation on black holes coming back. Yes. Will there be other weather systems? Yes. Yeah, there will be. Like that or the solar flares. I'm gonna have to give you that you have to find out in the future sign, because we're getting into some of that sticky territory where we want to make sure that we're really surprising you. I think solar flares were pretty delightful. They're pretty delightful. So we'll see what types of environmental challenges we bring to the table, but there's definitely going to be a lot of fresh new ones, that's for sure. Do you guys plan to add complete standalone system for abandoned ancient structures infested with loot-hungry outlaws? And 2, will there be systems with more than 1 star in the middle for scenery purposes, of course? So first off, I love binary star systems. I do. We'll see where things go. But also regarding abandoned ancient structures infested with loot-hungry outlaws, well, they might not be outlaws, but you'll definitely have some experiences where there's a lot more to dive into, explore, extract, and be challenged by, especially in the in-game state pertaining to the ancient runs, which we haven't expressed too much about in regards to its details, but rest assured it's going to be a kind of like a rogue-lite add-in to the in-game state of EVERSPACE 2, where you can do it over and over and over again. It adds random content, which means you're going to be provided with some high-level loot through various challenges. And that absolutely is going to throw you some loot-hungry things. Do you have to do the campaign storyline? Up to a point. Can you bypass it and avoid it and just sandbox like you can in all of the Fallout's Freelancer Descent? So there's going to be up to a point. There will be up to a point. But once you reach that point, then you can do whatever the heck you want. I want decals. We do too. More are coming. Are there or will there be locations that don't involve a ton of fighting? Yes, there already are, but yes. Yeah, more exploration, discovery types of things without combat. Yeah. Yes. Variation with factions for Okar and Colonial, like G&B, there's 3 variations of them. I hope it's not just for G&B and Outlaw only. Yeah, so there's 3 variations for a G&B as of right now. You can't really distinguish Colonial from one another, because like if it's Colonial, it's just straight Colonial, and Okar is kind of the same way. That being said, we have talked about the caste system of the Okar. Someone's like, what's he doing? He's talking about a caste system? Where's this going? We're dropping some lore. Okay, so the Okar do have a caste system. So there are, for example, there's like the cleric caste, the priest caste, and then you have like the warrior caste, and then you have the worker caste. So there could be some ways that we could distinguish those, but mostly the warrior caste is what you see in the DMZ. So in order to apply the priest caste and the worker class caste, it's starting to not make as much sense. Even though they exist, they're just not something you encounter, right? So Okar are also kind of like, they are just there, right? Now when we get to outlaws are gonna have a lot of variations, I feel like. You guys already know about Bloodstar, and you guys know about the Coalition. There's 2 right there. I'm sure we'll probably maybe see more. But rest assured, we do want to have a lot of variety within the factions, and we want to make sure that they stand out. Because, you know, especially, like, we want to find the right paint so we can finally stand out. How many star systems play in final game? 8. Please do the bypass in the stream. Oh my gosh, yeah, I need to. Okay, so I add the bypass. We're gonna, actually, what in the world are we doing here? We're gonna, let's move my face. So what did I just do? So I have 3 augmentation models. Move my face, go away me. Okay, so you have 6 different attributes on your ship, okay? You have firepower, precision, structure, utility, resistance, expertise. These are not done yet. We are still evaluating certain aspects of these attributes, so just keep that in mind. But as they stand, firepower makes you do more damage. Precision makes you have critical hit stuff. Structure gives you hull and also module resistance. Utility makes your devices more awesome. Resistance makes the damage you take reduced. And expertise is dependent on the ship class. Within the what's the freaking ship we're flying? Oh my gosh, Striker. With the Striker class, the Striker class, its expertise is boost speed. Okay? Again, not final. Some of these elements are very likely going to change. Very likely going to change. But these augmentations, these Eterna bypasses that I'm flying around and collecting, these can actually be used to enhance these elements. So as you see there, I put all 3 into 2 points of precision. 3 into 2 points? That doesn't add up. I went to school and I know math. You're right. For each point that you put in, it requires that equal number of value in that tier. So 1 for 1, 2 for 2, 3 for 3, 4 for 4, 5 for 5. So like, for example, if we had 1 module and we wanted to get the second one, it will deny us and tell us that we need 2 augments. Full structure for ramming a ship. I like your style. Not gonna lie. We're gonna go with resistance so we don't accidentally die for some silly reason. All right, cool. My face is coming back. All right. No, my face isn't back. Face. There we go. I have returned. I do exist. I'm a real boy. So hang on a second. Just. Get wrecked. Oh! Breaking up that combat sucks. I really need to go drop off my stuff. Or get a perk from a companion that would help make this a lot easier and more convenient. I'll take the credits, because that doesn't slow down our delicious stream here. But we are going to transition out, because I want to show you some really cool stuff from the community. Okay. I think we're going to jump out. We're going to go to our next point here. No, we're actually going to go back to home base. That's what we're going to do. We're going to head back to home base. Right in front of us.
Dax, anything new on that third distractor? Dax?
Hey, Dax went down to the hangar. He said he needed to prepare for something. Say, was your friend close to any ethium when he was injured?
Yeah, we were out mining for G&B when his engine caught fire. Why?
He got what we call a crystal burn. It's caused by destabilized ethium and inflicts serious progressive damage to human tissue. The only way to stop it from spreading is to amputate.
Oh, man.
I'll use some cyber prosthetics from the medical transport. The procedure will take a few hours.
You never deserved any of this. Please be careful.
Don't worry, it's what I'm trained for.
Neat. All right. Dyson Sphere Star System. Oh my goodness. Dyson Spheres are no small content addition. Just throwing it out there. You can't just recommend a Dyson Sphere Star System and also not recommend a big ask. That's a big ask. Cool? Yes. But, whoo, you could make it like an expansion. It would be the expansion. Are you kidding? Woo. I'm not knocking the idea. I think it's awesome, but whoo.
Excellent. You're back.
Yes, I am.
We're so close to finding the Ghost Fleet. There's one last distractor between us and that hive. And it's located at the worst possible place.
Palayman's wound. Isn't that where the Okar blew up a planet to end the war?
Yeah, only one orbital fortress survived. Bloodstar used to hold me there, torture me. That was before they moved me to Fort Cetus, where we met.
They tortured you?
That job I'm working on, Gas Mask had gotten wind of it and thought treating me to some electroshocks would get me talking. But you can't get blood from a stone. During my stay, I got to see what they had stationed there. And let me tell you, Palayman's wound is a scrap ton of bad.
Okay.
And that place is their third distractor.
So I'm gonna skip this.
Yep, but
So if all of you were like really enjoying that dialogue, sorry, but I want to jump over to some more important things, which is the community. The community, you guys have been doing some really crazy, awesome stuff. And I really want everybody to see words are hard. Words are hard right now, okay? Because of just like how incredible you guys have been. In all things, just like in all things. So what we're gonna do is we are going to jump out of the game. I'm just gonna completely 100% kill the news, and we're gonna jump back over to this is Discord. I don't want Discord open. There we go. Oh, beautiful. Excellent. Oh my gosh. So just wanted to show some screenshots and a lot of fan art that you guys have been doing, because it's been a lot of fun and you guys have been breaking the game in all the right ways. So thank you for that. Thank you for taking the dive and just going ham on the tools that we have expressed. So showing the love to Rockfish Games, Equitas. Actually, Equitas has handed out several EVERSPACE 2 game keys. So he's given the love back to us, but he's also been spreading the love to you guys too. So huge shout out to Equitas. Very, very good man. Backer of our game. Awesome stuff. All right, so this next one, this is actually seriously cool stuff. So 8, you guys may remember that trailer that we got to watch that was super stellar, amazing. Turns out he's also into Legos. Okay, so this, wow, like this is the gunship, Bloodstar, 8, same person. Oh, I've revealed him. Oh, but yes, absolutely crazy good work with his Legos and reproducing the gunship. Just some seriously solid stuff. Really impressive. Like I'm into Lego. You don't just look at something and then you look at the Legos you have and be like, okay, and you just like build it in 5 seconds. That's not how this took hours. I know that for a fact, so I commend you. Very, very cool stuff. Look, he's even got the back and like the engines, and look at that level of detail that he's really committed to. He actually updated the engines even further so they look even more authentic. And I just didn't have enough time to update it for the stream, but seriously, really good stuff. We also had somebody on the team, I don't actually know who it was, whoops, but they made the comparison. We took the screenshots of the gunship itself, aligned it at the same angle. So like, look at how true to form that is. Like freaking dang, guys. That is hot. That is, whoo, nice. Really, really epic. Very on point. Keep it up, 8. I know that's like crazy to do stuff like this, but this is amazing. So thank you for those contributions. One more. He also had a striker that he dove in. Particular stylization there too. So pretty good stuff. Really, really awesome. All right, so this next one's a little bit of a throwback. If you guys know our history especially, this one comes from Excel. Just a really clean photo. That symmetry is just, mwah! Oh my goodness. Delicious. Excellent screenshot. That just pleases me greatly. Gives me the feels. So really great shot, Excel. And that's Excelsior, right? From YouTube? Is that you? I'm pretty sure it is. Asking about the nose because you missed Throng. Hey, don't you worry. Everything still exists in parallel from EVERSPACE 1 to EVERSPACE 2. We'll have more. That nostalgia factor, I know, right? Oh my gosh. Okay, so now this next one, we got some champions over in the Discord who have been messing around. So now we're getting into some more fan art stuff. They have been manipulating their photos to just have some like really healthy stylization. I don't even know why I'm talking about it. Let me just freaking show you how awesome it is. Like, check this out. Woo! That is hot. Oh my gosh, this comes from It's YFP. I'm not sure if that stands for something, but if it does, let me know so I can give you the proper shout out if you're in the stream right now. But this isn't just the only ship. He does this on 2 more ships. Look at this. Also highlighting his scout colors. Oh my goodness, delicious. And then he's also, look at this, also got that Sentinel love. Oh my gosh. I feel like you could like take these 3, you know, like you take these 3 and then like print them out and just like post them on your wall, right? Like just have one for each ship. Oh gosh, that'd be amazing, right? That would be pretty dope, wouldn't it? Oh my gosh, super cool. And then he also screenshotted some more elements that are actually like posters that you would put up in your house. It's just like, wah! Ah! I dig it. I love it so much. The cropping, the coloration, everything, just absolutely perfection here. And it just makes my heart melt. These are incredible shots, dude. You've really done a great job with your composure, and we're really happy with the tools that we've been giving you to make this happen. I also want to throw it in there. We're not quite done with the photo mode yet. There's still more tweaks and opportunities coming in that direction. So we're hoping that we're going to enhance this factor even more towards this level of stylization. Just, oh my gosh. Dude. They would be awesome stickers too. Oh yeah, that's true. That would be pretty neat. Oh goodness. Very, very clean shots. Just everything comes together so well. Just loving what you guys are doing with your time in Everspace 2 and just showing us the love. Oh my gosh. We're really happy this, oh gosh, just, it's so good. Just, it's such a treat. It's such a treat. And we're just so thankful that you're taking the opportunities that we're providing and you're bringing it back around full circle. Literally. Anyway, but yeah, it's such a beauty to see you guys doing this type of work. So not only have we received a lot of like really authentic, very beautiful shots, but you guys also like to go into the memes a little bit. I dig it. I feel it. We got this one from Kazaa. You guys might know Kazaa from like the crazy turret use. I think this is hilarious. Yeah, it's late. Okay, I get it. Maybe save this for next year. Maybe, I don't know. But just think that's delightful. This turret spread. Oh my gosh, firing at the opponent. Oh gosh, that makes me smile inside. Just what a delight. What a delight. Oh my gosh. Then moving into more memes. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. No, that's pretty solid. Pretty standard, but it checks out. It's great. BW Lambert dropping this on us. He's also done a fantastic job of bringing us screenshot after screenshot of just deliciousness. Really good stuff. We also have, I forgot I put this in here. 8, oh goodness. Some of the things you do with your time, I just thank you so much for being a part of this vibrant, rich community, you guys. This comes from Jay Gnarl, you know, just popping out his multi-2, and he's like, guys, I'd never noticed this, and just boom. Oh my gosh. He's right. He nailed it. That's an outlaw destroyer. Oh my goodness. There were also some funny statements in the Discord preceding this. Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm glad you're having a lot of fun here. And I'm really thankful that you're just dropping just so much love with your shots and your thoughts. Oh, it's just exciting. All right, this next one also, this one comes from, we have a couple here, come from Mysterious Mr. E. And goodness gravy. His shots, he's been pouring out some love. He's been doing a really great job with his compositions. He's been doing some color adjustments as well and really making things pop. But wow, like this actually harkens back to the dialogue we were having earlier in the stream, right? Where we were talking about descent and having a lot more of these enclosures that you'll have to fly through and explore, and it's gonna be a little bit more mysterious. And yeah, like this fully encompasses that, right? So really, really well done. And then the color popping, like, yeah, I want this on my wall, just straight up. I just want to take this, print it out, and just boom. It's hot. Oh, goodness. Just the way that he styled this, just, it's like it comes out of like a comic book almost, and it just, woo, Yeah, so, see in the comments, like, these are stunning. Like, you guys are great. Retro vibes, that's it right there. It's got some strong retro vibes, and I just really dig it. Just, oh my gosh. Brilliant use of color. Really makes it pop. We got another one. Check this one out. Oh my goodness. Jeez. Great stuff. Great stuff coming out. Just nice use of their composition and smothering it in goodness. Oh my gosh. That should be the artwork for a vinyl soundtrack. Solid tag, thank you for that. Oh, that's solid. Yeah, it really should be, just boom. Oh, just so delightful. What wonderful ways to just invoke joy in the community. You really nailed it there. So for any of you that, guys, I talked about Kazaa a little bit before. Also need to give credit to, I believe it's Spoot Knight, right? You also had a hand in a lot of the turrets shenanigans. So the next group is actually a lot of just the screenshots that you guys composed of, like, look at these turrets, okay? Like, look at the turrets here. Just the absurdity of it. And you think, okay, well, there's not a lot of them firing here, so maybe that's not the best shot. How about, look at this one, right? Seeing how they're all just smothering the foe. This isn't even that many, okay? You might be looking at this and be like, wow, that's a lot. Nah. How about this? And you're still thinking, wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. No. This is crazy, okay? This is insane. Like, what? You guys, holy cow, just breaking so you're taking the game going, I want to do this very specific game, this very specific thing. I don't really care what the rules are of the game. I'm just going to break it open. Pop! I'm doing this. And just, wow. Holy cow. You didn't use any cheats, right? You didn't use any sort of, you legitimately went through the game, found all of these turrets, stacked them on multiple ships in their hangar, went to a destination and just unloaded. Holy freaking crap. The dedication to this is insane. And I have to make sure that you guys know that we appreciate that level of dedication from you. This is stuff that this isn't hidden from us. We can't, words are hard right now because just, there's so much that I can't even express to you of how much appreciation we have for your commitment to our game, even if it is simply to break it and do the craziest things imaginable. Like, wow. It's staggering. Yeah, absolutely. So thank you, everybody, for providing all of this artwork, for doing the crazy things that you do, and just having so much fun with us as we continue to roll through the early access phase of EVERSPACE 2. Oh my gosh, it has been such a pleasure to do this. So we only have about 5 minutes left in the stream, and I want to answer some last minute questions that you guys might have. As a quick reminder, we do continue answering questions. If I miss them, if one of the team members that's in the chat misses a question that you ask, I encourage you to head on over to the Discord. Let me actually just pull this up really briefly. You can head on over to the Discord. It's right there. It's actually moving off the screen. How dare you? Discord, come back. But discord.gg/rockfishgames. Pretty easy to remember. You can head on over there. We have an Ask Questions channel. So before you do that, I actually implore you to look at the Frequently Asked Questions channel. But I digress. We want to make sure that you are being heard and validated, and that's like a core aspect of how we engage with you. So if we somehow missed a question, definitely please jump in, ask your question, and we will make sure that we give you a response, all right? It's very important to us. Very important, okay? Cool. All right. shoot, I had some other stuff prepared and then I lost it. Michael, I am a doofus. I had the concept art and then I put it away. Well, it was just the concept art from the Kickstarter itself. But I digress. We'll just jump back over here. Looking at the comparison of these gunship pieces. Oh my gosh, it's pretty crazy to me. So questions, let's answer a couple questions. And then we'll close out the stream for tonight and we'll have more stuff to talk about next week. It'll be good. So, please tell me when exactly wants to be I able to have more than 3 different ships in the same time? Or is there a way to do it already I missed? So there is not currently a way to have more than 3 different ships in the same time. We will have more home-based storage in the future. We are making sure that we are approaching the design philosophy of the player's experience. And basically what that means is we don't want you to have like a ton of ships that you can just like go crazy with. There's going to be a reason why you have to have a specific number of ships as opposed to, you know, 50 ships in your home base. Not just from a realistic standpoint. That's not the point. We don't care too much about realism, but we do have intentionality behind how the game is balanced. But there will be an increase. There will be an increase in the future. In fact, I feel like in April, we'll actually increase the size of the home base hangar. Is that right? I mean, I need to check my notes before I say something incorrect. Hang on, let me check the, let me check the notes really briefly. I want to make sure I'm not saying something incorrect here. Expectations are important to be curbed. Just check really quickly. It doesn't appear to be on our list just yet, but that doesn't mean it's not coming. That's worded really strangely, okay? But long story short, I know that we will be adding more to the home base. I can't guarantee it will be in April. So, sorry about misleading that. My apologies, but I know that that will be increased in the future. Especially because we're adding new player ships. I mean, come on. All right, let's see. It's not required to find all those turrets. There are, you know, places which sell things. Yeah, of course, you have to find the places that sell the turrets. Oh my goodness. Let's see. How much work would be a Lego shader? That would be a lot of work because you're basically, that's a new ship model that you would have to implement. It's an entirely new ship model. Let's see. Is the bomber dope? I'm gonna give it a 9.5 on the dopometer. Yeah, I think it's pretty great. Let's see. Maybe a couple more questions and then I gotta get out of here. Hayden says, you're a gentleman and a scholar. Thanks for the stream. No, seriously, these streams aren't possible to be this awesome without you guys. So thank you. You provided a lot. You provided the last 30 minutes of content for the stream. You guys have been insane and it's been solid. So thank you, sincerely. Goes right back at you. Any chance for Descent Underground devs coming over to the team? A very particular question. We do have a lot of friends in the gaming industry, and we know some people that you might not think we know. But that's probably, our team's 25 and we're based in Germany. Descent is based in the US. That might be a little tricky. Not to say that Americans can't be on the Rockfish team because, hello there, my name's Eric Schrader, the community ambassador for Rockfish Games. But I digress. Will we get to hire wingmen? So that's interesting territory. I know that companions will sometimes be joining you on missions. You've already seen it with Dax, for example. That might be something we have to revisit in the future to see what the full scope of the plans are. It's certainly something we've talked about, but the degree at which that will be accessible, like we're not going to have some sort of major implemented system where it's like you have a squadron and you tell them to attack that target and defend here and, you know, use these weapons. It's not going to be like that. I want to make sure that expectation isn't gone to an extreme space. If we go in some sort of direction like that, it's going to be on a pretty basic format, but we'll see what opportunities show up in the future, what the development time looks like for something like that, and how desired it is. Let's see. Will there be faction wars? Woo! And missions like infiltration. So Valigar, we're absolutely adding more types of missions. Infiltration is one that I've given as an example multiple times. We'll have to see how far we can implement that as well, because I know that we have a lot of modifiers in the game space as we're developing, like how enemies are tracking you, how they're engaged with you, how they're going to use environments to their advantage and whatnot. A lot of these things aren't actually implemented in the game yet, but we want to make the AI have a little bit more smarts. I'm not talking like full-blown freaking like Grandmaster Chess level AI, but we do want to make sure that they feel a bit more authentic and challenging through the experience. And you'll see that as the higher levels of enemies you face become. Level 1s are going to be dumb. Yeah, they are. But when you hit like level 15s, level 20 enemies, they're going to have a few more tools to utilize, as well as new moves. So yeah, we're definitely going to be looking into that in the future. Now, regarding faction wars, that gets into some sticky territory because there are different factions at different locations, but it's not like where you're in this massive territory expansion where you're helping G&B take over Union and then Zarkov, and then you're like trying to branch out. You're not really doing those style of things. You're very much an independent character operating in the DMZ, so you really wouldn't have any desire to do that from a lore-driven standpoint. And frankly, it's not entirely within the vision that we have for the game. So the focus is mostly going to be on what you do with your character, the jobs that you take on, the missions that you explore, and how you beef up your ship. Let's see. My gosh. Will there possibly be the ability to deactivate anti-aliasing completely? Is that not possible yet? I thought that we had an anti-aliasing option where you could set it to none. If it's not there, I imagine we'll add that in. I can't imagine why we wouldn't plug it in. Oh, we had an official response pertaining to the wingmen and EVERSPACE 2 a few minutes ago. Let's just click on this link. I'm sure that it's not going to be bad. Oh wait, is that from the official roadmap? Did we talk about wingmen in that? Sorry, Michael, if that's the case. But I digress. You guys all need to read that Kickstarter update because it has really delicious news and information that I didn't go through all of it because I respect your time and your intelligence. I know that you can do that if you really want it. I do encourage you to go have a read. Otherwise, guys, I have been Eric Schrader, the community ambassador for Rockfish Games. You have been awesome. If I didn't get to your question, again, head on over to the Discord, drop it in the Ask Questions. We'll see if we can get to it. Don't stop being awesome, and we'll catch you in the next stream. Toodles! So guys, I really want to tell you about the next companion, okay? So he's really super cool. He's a fuzzy little friend of mine, and I just want you all to...
Violation of protocol detected.
Okay, I'm done, I'm sorry.